Hello, everyone. Right, so in this video, we are going to generate a new Angular application. Let's see our Angular Docker generator in action here. So let's check Docker Docker images. So we want to delete this Docker or Angular first. Docker RMI this image, and then let's Docker PSA. Okay, we don't have any running Docker container. Now we want to create a new application, a new Angular app. Let's call this file file previewer. Yeah, file previewer. Okay, so let's replace all of that, and then let's generate the application. If you can need a helping hand, go to Angular. Okay, so let's build first. If you ever need a helping hand, I guess it's asking to travel as the best as I can. Don't you know that it ain't no Let's see if there are any books that can help us. Do we have like PDF here that we can use? Let's see the table of contents. Creating your first web application in Angular. Build a single page application. Scali Angular router. Build an issue tracking system using reactive forms. Build a web WPA weather application using Angular services. What you see, what you get. Electron, building a mobile photo geotagging application, building an SSR application for GitHub portfolio using, building an enterprise portal using NX monorepo tools, building a component UI library using Angular and CDK, Angular schematics. So yeah, we don't have what we need in the book. So let's let's create a container, then let's start the container. So for now we are using this approach, but we are currently trying to implement dev containers, but for now let's just use this. So file preview. Okay, so we're going to put this in file previewer. So we'll put this in Angular. So we don't have Angular here, right? Okay, so it will be Angular file previewer. Oops, it doesn't exist, so we'll have to create that. Angular. Okay, so file previewer. Alright, so let's create that. Okay, so we have generated an Angular file previewer. In Angular, we want to add a readme.md readme.md. Okay, Angular stuffs. Alright, so Angular. Okay, so we have generated. Then we want to stop this, and then we want to remove right. So next is we are going to create a docker file dot dev in here. Then we are going to copy this docker file, we'll put this here, right? And then we can start running stuff. Alright, so let's use this. Alright, so let's copy this and put this here. Boom. Right, so file previewer, docker file. Okay, so file previewer. Okay, so let's put this here. Docker file previewer. What's the spelling? File dash. So we are in Docker generation. Let's go to Docker. Let's go to Angular. ls. What? No. Let's go to Angular right here. Let's build. Alright, so we got that, and then we are going to run our application, and we can now start to develop localhost. Alright, so we got it there, and then we want to create a feature called documents. Okay, so let's exec that. Alright, so we have a feature here called documents. Then we're going to point the path and then load component. If you ever need a helping hand, this is trouble as best as I can. Alright, so let's put this here, copy like that. Document works, so we are going to give it a list of documents on init. So let's give it a list of documents. Contractor here, then oops, documents equals list of documents. So it'll be a title in here, and then the link or path to the URL. So here document doc1, here doc2, and then here is doc3. So in our application, in our template, we're going to ng for let document of documents, and then we're going to display document.title. If you ever need a helping hand, Docker file. Okay, why isn't it populating? Don't you know that there ain't no valley long enough? Documents. What? Why can't I use that? Uh-oh, this is an issue. Failed to save documents, insufficient permissions. Select retry as sudo to retry as super user. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's sudo vs pseudocode. You're trying to start a super, which is if this was intended, no sandbox. What? Helping hand. Travel as best as I can. Don't you know that there ain't no valley low enough? Yeah, okay, so documents. Then in here, documents of documents. Man. Okay, so we need to add the common module. Oh man, why can't I save this one here, man? Okay, doc1, doc2, doc3, but we have a problem with our command here because Visual Studio cannot save. Okay, so let's just continue. Okay, so we want to preview document dot path. Oh man, how to do this? Alright, so go to the path. We don't have a path here yet. Okay, so we need to have a path. Fooled around and fell in love. I didn't care about the girl and no. A man in love to leave me alone. I didn't care about another serve. Another storm. But then a fool around or deployed by a package dependency manager Vue.js in Bower. Please get in contact to support other managers. Download, unpack, deploy for more details via instructions. Viewer.js is also available as a WordPress plugin for your blog. Directly download the plugin. Get involved, fork the code, and send us a pull request. Get even more involved. Check out. Oh man, how do I use this? I didn't care about a girl, no. You will find the following two products in the build directory if everything goes well. Viewer.js is a free software project. All code is available under the AGPL. If you're interested in using Viewer.js in your commercial product and do not want to disclose your sources, obey AGPL. Okay, so what is AGPL? License. Okay, so AGPL. So Affero General Public License. The GNU Affero General Public License is a free copyleft license published by the Free Software Foundation in November 2007 and based on the GNU GPL version 3 and the Affero General Public License non-GNU. It is intended for software designed to be run over a network, adding a provision requiring that the corresponding source code of modified versions of the software be prominently offered to all users who interact with the software over a network. The open source initiative approved the GNU AGPL version 3 as an open source license in March 2008 after the company Funambol submitted it for consideration through its CEO Fabrizio Capobianco. History: in 2000, while developing an e-learning and e-service business model, Henry Poole met with Richard Stallman in Amsterdam, where they discussed the ASP loophole in GPL version 2. Over the following months, Stallhole and Stallman and Paul discussed approaches to solve the problem. In 2002, Paul founded Afiro Incorporated, a web services business, and he needed a license that would require distribution by other organizations who use Afiro code to create derivative web services. At that time, Paul contacted Bradley M. Kahn and Ibn Muglin of the Free Software Foundation to get advice on a new license that would close the ASP loophole in GPL version 2. Compatibility with GPL. What is both versions of the AGPL, like the corresponding versions of the GNU GPL on which they are based, are strong copyleft licenses and Free Software Foundation's judgment. The added requirement is in section Okay, so examples of applications under GNU AGPL. STIT was the first software system known to be released under the GNU AGPL on November 21, 2007, and is the only known program to be used mainly for production of its own license. Flask developer Armin Ronacher noted in 2013 that the GNU AGPL is a terrible success, especially among the startup community, as a vehicle of dual commercial licensing, and gave HumHub, MongoDB, Odo, RethinkDB, Shinkin, Slicker, Sugar CRM, and Wordful as examples. MongoDB dropped the AGPL in late 2018 in favor of server-side public license, a modification version which requires those who offer the licensed software as a service accessible to third parties, to make the entire source code of all software used to facilitate the service, including without limitation all management software, interface, application program interfaces, automation software, monitoring software, backup software, blah. So what is copyleft? Strong and weak copyleft. The strength of copyleft license governing a work is determined by the extent to which its provisions can be imposed on all kinds of derivative works. Thus, the term weak copyright refers to licenses where not all derivative works inherit the copyleft license. Whether a derivative work inherits or not upon often depends on how it was derived. Weak copyleft licenses are often used to cover software libraries. This allows other software to link the library and be redistributed without the requirement for the linking software to also be licensed under the same term. Only changes to the software license under a weak copyright license become subject itself to copyleft provisions of such a license. This allows programs of any license to be compiled and linked against copylefted libraries such as glibc, and then redistributed without any relicensing required. The concrete effect of strong versus weak copyleft has yet to be tested in court. Free software licenses that use weak copyleft include the GNU Lesser General Public License and the Mozilla Public License. Oh man. Copyleft. Okay, so if I use copyleft libraries, what are my limitations? When using copyleft libraries, it's important to understand the implications of the copyleft license on your project. Copyleft licenses such as the GNU General Public License and the lesser General Public License are designed to ensure that the freedoms granted by the license are passed on to downstream users. Here are some key limitations and considerations when using copyleft licenses. Libraries there. So, distribution of source code. One of the primary requirements of copyleft licenses is that if you distribute a program that includes or is derived from copyleft license code, you must also distribute the corresponding source code. Okay. This ensures that recipients of your software that access to the same freedoms that you receive under the copyleft license. How do you use that if I'm using a corporate? If you modify a copyleft license library and distribute the modified version, you must also distribute the modified source code under the same copyleft license terms. This means that your modifications become part of the collective work covered by the copyleft. Is Angular a copyleft software? Angular, specifically the Angular framework developed by Google, is licensed under the MIT license, not a copyleft license like the GNU General Public License or the lesser General Public License. The MIT license is a permissive open source license that allows you to use, modify, and distribute the software for any purpose, including proprietary use, without being required to release your modifications or the source code for your application. You are only required to include a copy of the MIT license and copyright notice with the software. In summary, Angular is not a copyleft software. It's licensed under the MIT license, which is a permissive license. This means you have more flexibility in how you use and distribute Angular in your project compared to copyleft licenses. Okay, so copyleft. Are we okay with this using copyleft? Can I use copyleft for inside Angular, which is used for proprietary regenerate. Yes, you can use copyleft license libraries within an Angular application even if the application is proprietary. However, there are important considerations and potential limitations to be aware of. Distribution requirements. If you distribute your proprietary Angular application and it includes copyleft license code, you must comply with the terms of the copyleft license. This typically means distributing the corresponding source code of the copyleft license code alongside your application. This typically means distributing the corresponding source code of the copyleft license code alongside your application. What does that mean? Separation of concerns. To minimize the impact of copyleft licenses on your proprietary application, you may want to consider isolating copyleft license code into separate modules or components. This can help delineate the boundaries between copyleft license code and your proprietary codebase. License compatibility. Ensure that the copyleft license of the libraries you intend to use is compatible with the license of your proprietary application. Some copyleft licenses like the GPL may impose restrictions on how your proprietary code interacts with copyleft license code. Legal review. Consider consulting with legal counsel to ensure that your use of copyleft license libraries within a proprietary application complies with all relevant legal requirements and obligations imposed by the copyleft licenses. Documentation and notices. Even if your application is proprietary, you may still be required to include notices and attribution for any copyleft license code that you include. Review the terms of the copyleft license to determine any specific requirements for attribution and notices. In summary, while you can use copyleft license libraries within an Angular application for proprietary purposes, it's essential to understand and comply with the terms of the copyleft licenses to avoid any legal issues. Alright, so we have a alibi not to do this. Okay,